Hello there. How are you doing today? Is your day going great? It's going great? Well, that's absolutely amazing.
What?
And mine? Oh yeah, it's going just the same. I'm honored that you took the time out of your schedule to click on this video.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
My name is Christopher Clark Jr. and I just want to welcome you to the Melancholy, where we review pop culture and we talk about it in detail. And today we're going to review a staple of my childhood, the Transformers movie from 2007, directed by Michael Bay and written by Alex Kurtzman and Roberto Orci. I grew up with this movie. This movie introduced me to Transformers. Essentially, in the 1980s, you have the G1 series and you have a whole series of other types of cartoons under the same name, like Beast Wars, Energon, so on and so forth. They were essentially just toy commercials, but they had heart to them that captivated many individuals. So many people always wanted a Transformers movie, but never really got the one that they wanted besides the one that came out in the 1980s. But this one introduced Transformers to a new generation, and happily I was a part of that new generation. I didn't know anything about Transformers till this came out, and afterwards I was just a fan. After I saw the movie, my brother bought me the video game Transformers, and after that I just started to get into the fandom, wanted to watch all the G1s, every single series. I wanted to increase my knowledge by tenfold, because I had absolutely no idea what was going on when I first watched it. I remember when the first teaser trailer came out with the rocket shooting off, and it was like this, old aesthetic, and it built, a sense of tension. And I remember my two brothers, these are grown men, they were like acting like kids feeding over the video. And I was just like, why are they so excited for it? And then I saw the movie. My life wasn't necessarily changed, but I definitely became a fan instantly. So today, that's what we're going to review. So let me get my notes. Okay, so I have my notes now. In regards to how I wanted to do this review, I honestly didn't know. I honestly didn't know whether or not I just wanted to review the movie from start to finish, talk about the first scene, and then end up at the last scene. But I think I'm just going to spitball it and just talk about the things I liked about the movie and talk about the things I didn't like about the movie, the impact of it overall on pop culture, and what it means to me. I'll be critiquing this movie based off how it made me feel, and not only from how it was filmed from a cinematic standpoint, but also from a Transformers fan standpoint as well. There are some things they got right in this movie, and there's some things that they got extremely wrong. And that's what I'm going to elaborate on. But take note that this is my opinion. It's not fact. It's fact to me, but it may not be fact to you. Feel free to disagree in the comments, and we can even have a discussion there if you would like. But let me start off by talking about the things that I did not like. Okay, so the first thing that I did not really like was the Transformers to human dynamic. I feel like there was too much Transformers versus human action. Of course, Michael Bay made a deal with the military so that their vehicles could be used in the movie. The tanks, the fighter jets, and everything like that, the places or whatever. Of course, so he made a deal with them. And usually when you do that, you have to be pro-military. And coincidentally, Michael Bay is pro-military. If you see any of his movies, all the explosions, all of the action, all of the violence, of course he's pro-military. But I think that in and of itself came at the cost of the Transformers and the story. Too much time is spent on the humans in this movie, and a lot of the time is taken away from the actual Transformers. For instance, let's go into the first scene with Blackout. Blackout's the helicopter that comes and gives Sector and Guitar all of the hands. His transformation process is very impressive. Yes, indeed, and we'll elaborate that a little bit later. Yeah, in regards to Blackout, there was a huge power difference between Blackout and the military at that point. Even though the military was they were kind of sort of caught off guard. They were, as a matter of fact, they were prepared. They had the guns, they surrounded it and everything. But of course, they didn't think that an alien Cybertronian robot was about to come in and give them a hand. So there was a huge power difference. I wish that they kept that power difference. Why? Because if the humans can't fight the Transformers, then the only people that can fight Transformers is Transformers, which would give the Transformers more screen time.
Facts.
Usually in this franchise and within this movie, there's a lot of Transformers versus human action,
Mega facts.
which doesn't give time for Transformers to mix up with the Transformers.
Speak the truth,
The
bro.
Autobots, mostly all of them don't come in to until the beginning of the second act, which is like an hour into the movie. And the Decepticons, most of them don't come in until the third act. We don't even get to see the dynamic between the Autobots and the Decepticons. You're building up all these characters, and these characters have so much personality, which is a good and bad thing, because more personality is given to the humans instead of the Transformers. And I would rather see the Transformers be given characteristics, be given personality, be given dynamics between their ranks. But that's not necessarily given. When the military deal was struck, of course the military has to be a force to be reckoned with within the movie. But that comes at the expense of Autobots versus Decepticons. And I really don't like that within the series. That happened. It gets worse and worse with each sequel. But let's just focus on, Transformers for now. Like for instance, the Scorponok scene is very kinetic. It's a great action sequence, shot very well. The military comes through, and they're fighting Scorponoks, and they learn from that battle. The whole point of that battle is for them to learn that they can actually fight the Transformers with sable rounds. Because their skin reacts to extreme heat. That's what Agent Lennox or Josh Duhamel's character says. But that wasn't needed. We could have had Transformers versus Transformer action. That's what I really want to see. That's what I really want to see. Transformers, not humans. That's what I really did not like. Literally, everybody has so much personality poured into them. Everybody. The discount Steve Carell teacher character. He doesn't necessarily love his job. He's just sitting there. Bernie Mac's character. Come on. Iconic. I really love his part. I remember his part. I remember certain lines. Like Clown, it's hot, makeup's melting, hurts my eyes. And if I had a rock out, I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm talking about. And he's so much personality. But I think that all of that personality, all that time should have been given to the Transformers. Plus there's a whole military subplot in this movie that takes so much time. With the hackers. That took so much screen time. That was the whole first act. The whole first act was setting up Sam and Bumblebee, and then the hackers who were trying to make sense out of attacking Qatar and trying to find out what was happening. It didn't need to take all that much time. But I do agree, when I say certain characters have most personality, and it's it comes at the expense of Transformers. It's not the personality is horrible or terrible, like Bay's other movies where he's literally using racist stereotypes or archetypes to make jokes at the expense of culture. That isn't as necessarily prevalent in this movie. However, some of the personalities actually rock. I think his name's Anthony Anderson. His whole scene with the grandma, and she's grandma's who is it? He's shut up, grandma, drink your prune juice. And you see him and his cousin dancing in the video game. That's funny. But I wish that more time was given towards the Transformers, because that's what I really want to see. That's what I came to see. So being that I said that, let's talk about the human characters. Sam, a lot of people don't like Shia LaBeouf's portrayal of Sam throughout the entirety of the trilogy. I don't mind it at all. I think I really like him. Like, I really like Shia LaBeouf. So I like Sam, and I grew up with Sam. So it just is what it is. I think besides Dark of the Moon, you know, this is definitely his best. Because Revenge of the Fallen was kind of
a piece of garbage.
trash, but yeah, I think his performance was pretty good. So far as his character, I believe they could have did a better job with his arc. The point of the story is for boy gets car gets girl, but that car is an alien robot, and that leads them on an adventure. Okay, that's cool. I think that he could have had a better character arc, though. From the jump, even though he's not necessarily popular, he's not, you know, big and strong or whatever, he's already confident. Like, from the jump. There's no, oh, I'm a loser. I'm a real loser. I'm gonna get this car so I can summon the courage to speak to the girl. Then I'm gonna gain confidence throughout the story. There's none of that. Of course, he needs the car, and once he gets the car, he goes up to Michaela, shoots a shot or whatever. But I don't feel like that was really necessary, because he was already confident from the jump. When he went to the park and he was talking to the bully, who was Michaela's boyfriend or whatever that was, he was making jokes, like he was being sarcastic. He was standing up to the bully, like he wasn't just sitting down, you know, allowing it to happen. You know, he was standing up for himself. He was confident from the get-go. I believe that if they made him a loser, and then he slowly developed his character, slowly got more confident towards the end, and eventually became the hero, that could have been a better arc. But otherwise, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's just my opinion. But it's good overall. It's good overall. I like Sam's portrayal in this movie. A1. Michaela, a lot of people make fun of Megan Fox's acting. I don't even think she's that bad. I don't even think she's bad at all. Like, I don't think it's that bad. The only thing that I disagree with is how Michael Bay portrays her. But Michael Bay kind of portrays all women as models, tight bodies. Like, one of his themes is he associates sex with commercialism. Like, for instance, when Bumblebee broke down, and, you know, when she's leaning over, he's literally associating sex with car. And which is an interesting prospect, because in harmony with Sam's, you know, boy gets girl, girl gets car, the car is also, boy getting a car is like a transition from a teenager to becoming a man, to being able to take control of your own life, go where you need to go, do what you got to do. And I think that somewhat mixes with how he portrays Michaela as well. I just wish it wasn't so sexual. Like, we don't need that. But it's Michael Bay, so honestly, what do you expect? The parents, some people think the parents are annoying. I thought they were really funny in this movie. There was enough of them in this movie. Enough. To the point where they wasn't annoying. So that's cool. The mother's hilarious, and the dad too. Their whole dynamic is great. Okay, what about the soldiers? You got Agent Lennox and Tyrese's character. I think this is the best they've ever been as a team. Besides, like, Tyrese and Josh Duhamel's character, they're really the only important ones there. But I like how they established that there was actually camaraderie within their group. You know, in like the first scene after you have Prime's monologue, introducing the Allspark and everything. There's actually camaraderie there. They actually talk. They actually are friends. They actually have memories. You know, they have a reason to care about each other. They're not just people that will just get killed off and that's it. I mean, technically they are, because Tyrese and Duhamel are the only people that matter out of that whole thing. But I like how there's actual chemistry there. I really like that too. Yeah, Anthony Anderson's character was hilarious. The other hacker person, I don't know her name. Okay, she wasn't necessary. Like, I don't see the point of her her character. Maybe I just didn't like her character. I have no idea. I like Anthony Anderson. They should have just kept him in there. Alright, let's move on. So let me actually talk about the Transformers here. I like how Optimus Prime is more assertive and he's actually a leader. Like, they've been fighting the civil war with the Decepticons for millions of years. Not only will that acclimate a person, but, you know, they'll be more serious, they'll be more, you know, like, we need to get this done, no excuses. You know, literally no sacrifice, no victory type attitude. And I like that to a degree, because when, like, for instance, when they're outside of Sam's house, you know, Optimus is like, Autobots, recon. Like, he's actually talking with military expressions, you know. I like that to a degree. I believe that Bay goes somewhat overboard within the sequels, because Optimus becomes straight up psychopath, kill everybody, don't care, I hate you, die. And that goes against Optimus Prime as a character. But in this movie, I think they did a somewhat good job with that. I wish that he was given more screen time though. He's also used as an instrument of exposition. In the story, I believe that they could have did that better so far as the exposition, because they kind of regurgitate that whole scene in the alleyway with Optimus tells everybody everything. They have to regurgitate that scene within when Sam is brought to Sector 7 and he sees Megatron and he has to let him know what's happening. I think they could have did better in integrating that, but that's what they get for separating the acts so much and not having, you know, people together or whatever. But when Optimus first transformed, that was amazing. Michael Bay and his team and whatever studio worked on the CGI there, they did an amazing job. Nothing like this has ever been done before prior to that point in time. So they did an amazing job. I know that when I went to go see it, or based off what I hear, everyone was screaming at that point. You know, seeing Optimus transform for the first time, or seeing everybody transform. Bumblebee, I like how they use the radio for. It's like a interesting means of storytelling. It makes it more interesting. You know, it could be mad simple if we just if I just say what I have to say. But no, he has to use radio, movies, songs. Like, that's cool. That's really cool. Like, I really mess with that. I wish they kept it in this movie and this movie only, and didn't put it in everything, because that kind of sucks. Chill out. Like, let him talk, please. Let him talk. Yeah, I think he was good. They could have done way more with him in the movie. Yeah, they could have done way more. Ironhide's cool. Shoots things. Very tough. Essentially his character. Ratchet. Oh, the boy's pheromone level says she wants to mate with the female. Like, that's cool. Like, that's really cool. Jazz is like the only type besides Tyrese is like the only black character in there, and Anthony Anderson. And guess what? He gets clapped by Megatron. Why did he have to die? Of course he's the smallest, but why did he have to die? He got ripped in half. That's disrespectful. But he was cool. Megatron. I think his design is amazing. Revenge of the Fallen's way better than me for design, but I think this design's amazing. Like, I don't mind it at all. Actually, I don't mind any of the updated designs. At this point, I don't mind at all. Like, it doesn't need to be it doesn't need to be G1. It's fine. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. And with, yeah, he was just gangster. Like, he was just clapping everybody. Like, Optimus was getting the hands. Jazz definitely got the hands. Like, everybody, oh, Ratchet saw him. Ratchet was out of there. He was dashing. He was out. Like, he was not, oh, Megatron, retreat, fall back. Like he was gone. Like, he didn't care. He was just out. Like, Megatron is a force to be reckoned with. And that was a good and bad thing. Optimus got clapped too hard. I didn't really like that he got beat down that bad, but that's whatever. Like, even when I first saw that when I was 8 years old, I was like, nah, why did he get beat up so bad? Like, dang. dang, like, and Starscream. Starscream's OP in this movie, and I love it. I love it. First off, that scene where Megatron gets out of the hangar, flies, transforms, falls down, Starscream transforms and flies under him before he falls down and then lands again, and that's cool. Like, that's cool. Like, that's amazing. Like, all of the character introductions in this movie are amazing. The Transformers parts are amazing. No doubt about it. Good job, Michael Bay. Great job. Yeah, Starscream's OP. Like, he pulled up on Ironhide and Ratchet and, like, was just bodying them both. Which makes sense. Like Starscream's always been a punk. But he has hands. He has hands. He has cannons. Like, he has weapons. Like, he could really thrash you. Like, he could really get you. He's not like he wants to be a leader to something else for a reason. Like, give him some respect. And he was really giving him the hands. Like, he pulled up on them. And then, like, it was good. Like, I love that part. I wish there was more of him, though. It would be cool to see his dynamic between the Autobots. The Autobots and the Decepticons don't even really talk. Like, I've been fighting you for millions of years, and I'm not gonna say anything to you when I see you, even though I have this hate and resentment towards you because we've been fighting for years. Like, they should have been talking smack, like Jazz did. Some Decepticon when he drove on top of Brawl. Oh yeah, Brawl. How dare they call him the Devastator?
How dare they?
Like, really, Michael Bay? Devastator?
Like, really, my guy?
Really?
You had one job.
Like, come on. Come on. Come on. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You got Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher was cool. He thought he can keep up with Optimus though, and he got clapped. Like, he dead. Like, he dead. He should be dead. But then they bring him back in Revenge of the Fallen, which makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, he really thought he could give the leader of the Autobots their hands, and he did not. He thought he did. And that scene was absolutely amazing. I believe that that's the best fight, like straight up fight, in the movie. Besides the Ironhide jumping, shooting, flipping.
Up in and just smack the lip. Whoop! Drop down. Snap. Ah!
His chest. Besides that was the only cool part. Barricade. I love his scene where, you know, he meets Sam. Like, Like, that's the first time Sam has seen a Decepticon, and the Decepticon is overwhelmingly evil. I really like that too. He was like, well, he should have killed, like, him, like when he was chasing Sam, he smacked Sam, and Sam flew into that car. Sam should have been, he should have had a broken back, should have been dead. There's no way. No way Sam lived. No way. And he was like, "Are you username LadiesMan217? Are you username LadiesMan217? Where is the eBay item 21153? Where are the glasses?" Like, that's awesome. Like, cause that's how Decepticon will talk to the humans. He doesn't care about the human. He doesn't care. Just give me what I want, and I'll be out of here. You dig? Like, give me what I need. Like, that was cool. Like, he don't care about you. Like, he just needs what he wants, and he's not gonna try to conform to you or speak to you how you want to be spoken to. He's gonna speak to you like an insolent little rat. And that's what he did. I thought it was weird how he just disappeared when they were on the highway leading back to the city. I thought that was weird until I saw Dark Knight. Okay, so let's talk about some more of the Transformers fights. When they actually fight, the Bumblebee and Barricade fights suffer from the dilemma I spoke about earlier with the human and Transformers dynamic. Instead of showing the Barricade Bumblebee fight, which everyone wanted to see, they showed Frenzy versus Sam and Michaela.
It's okay, Chris. Calm down.
And we don't even get to see the fight. We don't even get to see the fight between Bumblebee and Barricade. Barricade tackles Bumblebee. Bumblebee rolls, grabs him, and then throws him down, and then they rubble on top of each other like this, and then disappears, and we see Bumblebee walk up with his cannon, and then untransforms, and he's talking to Sam. and then starts the second act. Like really? Like they do that throughout most of the Transformers movies. Like the last night, I'm not reviewing that trash. I'm just letting you know. And I try my like throughout my reviews, I would try to be as reserved as possible because I create things too. I'm an artist, and I would hate if someone called something that I worked on with all my heart trash. I would hate that. That would hurt my heart. But I'm sorry. The last night is absolute garbage, absolute trash. Even Age of Extinction, absolute garbage, absolute trash. I'm not reviewing that either. I'm not reviewing that because that will literally make me angry, and I'm not trying to get angry. So you won't like me if I'm angry. Hope reference, but yeah, that sucked. That fight sucked. I repeat, Optimus got hit a little bit too hard. I understand like Megatron's always been stronger to a degree, but in some elements they were both equal, and Optimus was just getting disrespected. Starscream had never mind. Starscream had the best action sequences. Like for instance, where he's flying through the city and he's like taking out all the other fighter jets that are killing Megatron. I just realized another point. It's gonna be rambling for the first. This is my first review. Stick with me. That's the bigger point of Humans versus Transformers. This is the problem. This is literally the problem. Megatron gets damaged, beat up, nearly killed by fighter jets. Not Optimus, not Bumblebee, not Ironhide, not Ratchet, not a Transformer. No. Humans. Humans. Humans have to do this, humans have to do that. Humans have to have a big part because of the military deal. They have to make sure that humans actually do something, that the military is actually a force to be reckoned with. When they shouldn't have done that, they should have just relegated to Transformers so that the Transformers can actually fight each other and actually matter. No, now, like Megatron got beat up and got nearly killed and was getting clapped by missiles by humans. Huh? Like you really couldn't have him like Optimus do something? Yo, like really? Like seriously? Like really, dude? And Sam came through and then killed Megatron. For the sake of the story, I'm okay with that. But you have to at least give like there has to be some Transformer. Like, come on.
I think he's slowly losing his mind
But
here.
getting back to what I was talking about, Starscream destroying the jets while flying and then transforming, and that's absolutely amazing. Let's talk about some story elements in more detail. There are some things that absolutely do not make sense. They don't make sense. Like for instance, when the Decepticons are raiding Sector 7, right? And they have the Allspark, the cube. I wrote this in capital letters. So any headphone users out there, just be ready. Why would they give Sam the cube and have him give it to the Air Force when the Decepticons can fly? And then I put, bruh, that's stupid.
Let's have a moment of silence for the idiocy.
Also, if you have the cube, which is a highly coveted item for the Decepticons, why would you bring it to such a public and populated area? Why would you do that? Innocent people died because of that, or would possibly die because of that. Really? Really? You're gonna bring a highly coveted item to a populated area so you can have a battle in there. You just want a cool place to have a battle. But let's add proper emphasis to the thing though. Why would you give the cube to a human, have him run to the top of a building, to give to a helicopter, to give the humans when Decepticons can fly, Megatron can fly, Blackout can fly, Starscream can fly, multiple can fly. So why would you even, that's stupid. That's really stupid. That's really stupid. Like they really thought that was okay? I'm sorry, Alex Kurtzman and Roberto Orsi. I don't know what compels y'all to do that, but that was stupid. Another story element that sucked or wasn't done, I don't believe was done the best, was that there were too many setups with no proper payoffs. So much time was put into the glasses. You need glasses to find the Allspark. But the Decepticons didn't even really need the glasses. They just followed Sam by way of frenzy and then found it. The Autobots use it, you know, but by the time they get there, the Bumblebee and the rest of them are already on their way back. Which kind of nullifies the point of even having the glasses. So much time throughout the whole movie is spent building up the glasses, and then the Decepticons don't even need the glasses. You don't even really need the glasses to even find the thing. You set it up as if the glasses is really this most important thing in the movie, and then you don't even use it to the fullest. And by the time you use it, it didn't even matter. Autobots are I don't know how far they were. Halfway there, they didn't even make it to Sector 7. They met in the middle and then returned around. Like, it didn't matter. In the end, it didn't matter. Another setup. The whole third act it's about that, you know, Sam running throughout the city. It's cool in and of itself. It's not necessarily great story-wise, but they bring it to the top of the building. And then what happens? Immediately, Starscream shoots a missile at the helicopter and blows the helicopter up. So you're building up the importance of getting Sam to the building, and then by the time he's right about to give it to them, they blow it up. They build so many things up, set things up, right? And then in the end, it doesn't matter. Like, you just wasted a good 30 minutes, a good whole act, whole hour, building something up, and then it's meaningless because it didn't really matter. It was a waste. All of it was for nothing. There are too many steps within a movie like that. And I don't think that was necessarily good for the story. Now let's talk about how the movie was filmed. You know, Bay has a background in commercialism, shooting commercials for cars. So he knows how to shoot things like that. He's very cinematic from that standpoint. A lot of shots angled up, looking down, panning around. You know, you have you know, a good amount of
Michael Bay
in this
isms.
movie. I found it interesting how the color palettes were orange and blue. It was either or. And I was thinking, you know, that could literally be, you know, nature or humans versus technology or the Transformers. Like a proper contrast. Not only did everyone look like a carrot in this movie, but it's accentuated by the color palettes, the way everything is shot. There's a lot of sun, and with sun, it's orange, obviously, yellow, orange, yellow hues, and then you have blue whenever they're inside a room, or it's technology, or anything, it's blue. So you have two contrasts, orange and blue. I found that to be interesting from a cinematic standpoint. I think the movie was shot extremely well. I think practically things were done amazingly. The fact that they used real life, you know, had everything practical. Then the explosions, cars blowing up, the way it was shot, and then they would render CGI post, and it worked so well. Oh yeah, I forgot something. You can tell there wasn't, you know, there's no dynamic between Transformers and the movie that much. There's not much between Transformers and this movie. Most of it's between the humans. And plain point of that can be found. Bumblebee gets his legs blown off by Starscream when he tries to block it with Ironhide, block the missile coming from him. And he loses his legs and he's in pain and he's crawling. Jazz is literally right there in car form, not saying anything, not doing anything about it. Sam cares more about Bumblebee than Jazz does. Sam is crying. Sam's having an emotional moment. Like, no, get up, it's okay. Don't give up. It's alright. You'll be alright. and Jazz, and even Sam is like, get back, like he pushes Jazz back in car mode. Jazz doesn't even have this sentimentality to transform, be like, you okay? Yo, my guy, like, what's wrong? Like, oh, your legs are blowing up. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, does he? Ratchet's a medic. Like, Ratchet didn't even come through, be like, let me fix that for you. Let me help you. Let me ease this pain for you, or do something for you. Nothing. Ironhide didn't even say jump. That's bad writing. Like, they don't have any type of camaraderie between them. They only have camaraderie when you want to make it seem as if they have camaraderie. Like, Bumblebee just got his legs blown off. And the rest of the Autobots say nothing, they see it, and they don't say anything. Really?
Hello there, welcome to Chili's. Check now, this is Chris and I'm just editing right now. There's one thing I forgot to mention. I didn't like how the Autobots came to Earth in protoforms. They already had pre-established designs from Cybertron, for they were fighting in that civil war for millions of years, and I didn't like how they came to Earth with, you know, these pawn-like concepts. I didn't like that at all. I believe that they should have came to Earth as their pre-designs, and then they'll get a more updated design once they took on vehicle form. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I didn't like that.
Oh. Yeah, this Frenzy, he's supposed to be with Soundwave. It's not supposed to be a barricade. I don't think it really matters though. He was an interesting character. I like how they actually had him use robots in the skies, like he was being a ninja, like he was actually doing something. You know, the movie wouldn't be much without him. Oh yeah, another thing. You know, in movies, like for instance, look at The Mummy. The Mummy, like the bad guy, when he comes back to life or whatever, he can kill anybody, he can do this, he can do that. Super OP as what, right? And then once he meets Brandon Fraser, he can't do jack. I think they did this, they overpower people, and then when there's no holds, no partitions, no barriers, they overpower everybody. And then once they're within a plot, a scene, they're weak, or they can't do nearly as much as they did before. Like for instance, Blackout in the beginning took on a whole military fleet. Shoot a Shockwave. Shockwave would destroy everything. Just throwing tanks, shooting. He had a force field. Where did that force field go? Like Tyrese even said, it was like an invisible force field. Where did that go? What happened to that force field? What happened to that force field? I just thought about it. What happened to it? Transformers can't be damaged by human weapons. They only did that so the military could have something to do. But where was that power when Blackout was in Chicago, when Megatron was fighting Optimus and he was about to flank Optimus from the back? Where was that power? You know, you overpower people and then you weaken them so that like they could fit within the constraints of the plot. But everybody literally does that in like every movie though. You know, and that was interesting too, because you know Josh Duhamel's character is going to literally fly underneath it and shoot under its tank where it's weakest, right? Using saber rounds. Forget the force field. Forget the fact that Transformers should not be able to be killed like that. He gets on a motorcycle, right, and try to sneak up on him. He's not that far away. They're literally like, this is one end of the street. This is one end of the street. This is Josh Duhamel's character. This is Blackout. So they only have this far to go, right? I think I'm nitpicking now. When Josh Duhamel is, you know, shooting like driving towards Blackout, when they cut it, he's like driving through streets where people are running. Like there's literally a crosswalk out of nowhere. Like they're in one street right here. There's no crosswalk here. He drives through a crosswalk. I'm like, huh, sir? What? Where did that come from? I would be stupid not to talk about Steve Jablonsky's score. Oh my gosh. I don't think this movie would be anything without the score. I love movie scores or the original soundtracks. I love them. Steve Jablonsky I think he was like the gateway. Like once I listened to Transformers, I remember I was the brother who bought me the Transformers game, the brother that brought me to the movies, the brother that got me into Transformers. He would let me use his Napster. Napster had Steve Jablonsky songs on it, and I used to download them. And I used to listen to them. And I used to download them onto MP3s. When I was 8. I still listen to it. Like Steve Jablonsky's score is absolutely amazing. Out of the sequels, his best project, or I would say the best score for these movies, has to be Dark of the Moon. That's the best one, hands down. Without the music, there wouldn't be gravity to everything. The music adds a sense of atmosphere to everything. Like when Sam thinks that someone stole the car and they go to the junkyard and Bumblebee shoots the beacon for the Autobots to come through, you know, the music, it adds a sense of wonder. Like when you see Bumblebee, like even when I watched it for the review, I got goosebumps. Like there's a sense of wonder there, a sense of empowerment, a sense of honor, like the Autobot theme. Like, oh my gosh. I know that Steve wrote it and it was impacted by Hans Zimmer. All I know is that this score got me into movie soundtracks. Orchestratal. Like Hans Zimmer, James Newton Howard,
John Barry,
Steve Jablonsky, Danny Elfman,
Akira Ifukube, Ryuichi Sakamoto.
Let me conclude, because I think I've been doing this I've been doing it for 48 minutes, okay. This movie, I would say it changed my life. I didn't know anything about Transformers before it, but this movie got me into it. This movie was the beginning for me into the Transformers franchise. And I love this movie. Like the movie, like I have the DVD. My brother bought the DVD, and I still have it. And when you put the DVD in, you have the loading screen, or the main title screen, the main menu basically. It'll play the song, and it'll be Optimus's hand with the Allspark in it. And sometimes I would just lay down and go to sleep and let that play, and I'll go to sleep too. Like this movie means a lot to me. I don't think it's the best in the franchise. I'll give this movie an easy 7 out of 10. I think it's equal to me with Dark of the Moon, which I will review later. Next will be Revenge of the Fallen. So Dark of the Moon and Transformers 1 are equal to me, and they're both number 2 of being the best. Number 1 is the Bumblebee movie that came out with Travis Knight. That's the best Transformers movie I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. But that's for another day. But let me conclude. I don't know, like I'll keep on talking. Like I could talk about movies all day. But long story short, this movie changed my life. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's very entertaining, very funny. Good action scenes. I just wish that the Transformers could actually be Transformers for once. Actually have personality, actually have a dynamic between them. And I think that we got that in Travis Knight's Bumblebee movie. The music is amazing. Also, wait, I didn't talk about the Allspark. Man, Allspark didn't create Transformers. The Quintessons created the Transformers, bro. Like, what are you talking about? They were like originally going to use the Matrix of Leadership, but then they just created a new thing, and then it became part of lore. But yeah, let me conclude. Yeah, so thank you for clicking this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to your boy, and because I will be reviewing music, movies, anything I want. Anything I want. There's no constraints of what I can do on this channel. I can react, man, do a whole bunch of things. So stay tuned. Oh yeah, become a Melancholinite. Join the Melancolony, and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you can see when I post next. I'm an extremely small channel. Let me stop pointing, that's rude. I'm an extremely small channel. This is my first video. And when I edit it, it's probably going to be 30 minutes long.
That is not correct.
But I'll be doing this for me. I've loved movies forever, and to finally have a platform where I can review, give my opinion, it means a lot to me. But thank you for watching this video, and may you continue to have a great day.